Hello everyone, welcome to our video about how you should be doing business in South Africa. This will be presented to you by Jess Sifu, Mumata Neupan, Louise Boateng, Mercy Forson, and me myself, Sabina Osaga. Here we have a summary about all the things that we're going to discuss during this video. We're going to discuss the different landscapes, how to set up a business in South Africa, the business etiquette in South Africa, how to negotiate, the business sectors to invest in, and we also have some advice for the investors. Now that's all said and done, we will have a quick look inside of South Africa. South Africa's president is Cyril Ramaphosa, and he's the president since 2018. We also see the flag of South Africa. This flag has a symbolic meaning. The red part is for the bloodshed and sacrifices made in South Africa's struggle for independence. The white part is for the European peace and harmony between native people and Europeans. The green part is for the fertility of the South African land. The yellow part is for the mineral and the other natural wealth of South Africa. The black part is for the native people, and the blue part is for the blue sky and the opportunities for South Africans. And at the last picture, you see the currency of South Africa, and this is called the rand.
Hey everyone, my name is Mercy Forson. Today I'm here to talk about political landscape and socio-economic landscape. South Africa is a parliamentary, representative, democratic republic. The president of South Africa is the head of the government and of a multi-party system. This multi-party system consists of three branches. Cyril Ramaphosa is the president of South Africa. A president is elected by the parliament for a 5-year term. It is possible that he may only serve a 2-year term. By conversation, this position is occupied by the leader of the largest party.
Hi everyone, my name is Mumata Neupan. Now we come to the part that we have all been waiting on. How to set up your business in South Africa. South Africa is a country that has a lot of diversity and a lot of opportunities. Opening a business in South Africa is easy and difficult. With these steps, we will guide you. So let's dive into it. First of all, in 2003, the South African government introduced the BEE Act. That means the Broad-Based Black Economic Empowerment Act 53, in an attempt to address the inequalities suffered by Black South African citizens as a result of the apartheid regimes by ensuring a good amount of blacks, disabled, are working in your company. And the difficulty that it has to open a business there is that the visa can take up to 6 months to be proceed and reach a decision of either acceptance or denial. And for a new business who have a large startup budget, there are teams of lawyers who set up the branches in SA and handle the paperwork for them. For smaller companies that don't have these large startups, they have to apply for a visa themselves, and a lot of documents are needed. You should use consultants in SA to do it. It costs between 2,000 and 3,000 euros for a small startup business. Then comes up the legal requirements. One of the first things you need to decide is type of business structure, and this will depend on your type of business. There are 3 options available: a sole proprietor, and a partnership, or a company. A sole proprietor is one of the most simple business structures to start with. This will be the perfect option if you are going to be the only one running the business and want to trade as yourself. And of course, there can be some risk because there will not be a legal separation between you and the business. If you will be doing a partnership with one or more people, it is best to choose partnership as your type of business. It requires to outline certain terms and financial details with a partnership agreement. Step of business registrations in South Africa. At the very start, after you decide which business structure you will choose, you will need to register your business name. There are a few different ways to register it. The first way is to register online on the companies and intellectual properties. CIBC. You can do it online as well. The second way is through a bank, for example, First National Bank and Nedbank. This will cost you around 50s are that's in euros 2 euro and 77 cents. The next step is registering for statutory requirement. Regardless of the size of the business, you will need to register with the South African Revenue Service, SARS. This ensures that your business meets certain statutory regulatory requirement. If you have chosen to have a company structure and registered your name with CICP, your business automatically gets registered with SARS. This also provides you with an income tax reference number, and it is mandatory within 60 business days of starting your business, whether you have registered your company with CIPC or not. And if you start your business, it's of course important to know what the tax overview is. And that's what we are going to talk now about. The standard tax on income for registered companies in South Africa is currently a flat rate of 28% and is collected by SARS. Although there are different tax rates for smaller or different kind of companies, the South African government collects most of it is corrupt income tax from foreign companies with a branch in South Africa and from personal service providers companies. The VAT rate is currently 15% on most goods and services. This is levied on the consumptions of goods and services. Businesses are responsible for paying VAT to the government, but they can't pass it on to customers or clients by adding VAT to the cost of invoiced goods and services. Businesses are obligated to register for VAT in South Africa if their annual turnover exceeds R1 million within a 12-month period. And after all, for a business, it is very important that you have a good location where to start your business. And for that, a good place to start your own business will be Gauteng, Johannesburg, because it represents a big part of South Africa's GDP. The other location will be Western Cape, Cape Town. This is the place to be if your company has things to do with and all about tourism.
Hello everyone, my name is Lois and I'm here to talk about business etiquette and how to negotiate business in South Africa. It is really important to prioritize relationship first than business. If you fail to create a bond with a South African business partner, you won't be able to have a successful business partner in South Africa. Spending time away from business before the business talk starts is a way to increase the success rate. Being on time for business meetings or an appointment is really important in South Africa. You need to make sure to arrive on time or even arrive few minutes before the meeting or your appointment starts. Punctuality shows that you are organized and responsible for yourself. Punctuality also shows that you respect other people's schedule. Shaking hands when you meet South African for the first time considered as a good idea. It does not only show respect, but it immediately sets a feeling of friendliness between people. Conversations, South African often use metaphors and sport analogies to demonstrate a point. The topics to break the ice in a conversation with South Africans include sport, food, wines, and international travels. South Africans are extremely proud of their athletes, so displaying even a little understanding will be valued because it demonstrates respect for them. Should avoid talking about race, comparing cities, and local politics. It is also very important to dress neatly and professional. For business meetings, the dress codes are usually black or gray. Negotiating business with Africa can be highly competitive to negotiate with Afrikaners, and they might not be prepared to compromise unless it's their only way to avoid the negotiating being stuck. British South Africans are often willing to compromise as necessary to reach agreement. We strongly advise you to avoid open conflict and to remain respectful and cooperative.
So now that you know how to set up your business in South Africa, it is also important to know in which business sector you should invest in. So South Africa is modernized enough to be flexible in having all sorts of different businesses from all over the world to start there. The main sectors are chemicals, mineral resources, mining and production of components of spare parts for vehicles such as Mercedes, Ford, and etc. Real estate also has a lot of potential, as a lot of Europeans are looking for a second home in another country for a cheaper price, and South Africa offers that.
Hey everyone, I will be doing the final part of the project and will be explaining the advice to investors. And this is by me, Jessie Sefu, and that is my pretty face. The first point would be to do research on the business etiquette in the South African culture before moving forward. Knowing this would drastically increase your chances of success and will open up more opportunities for you. South Africans are kind people and simple to work with, but it is important to prioritize relationship or bond over business first. And finally, it is imperative to know and be clear on what you are doing, understand the culture, pick the location of your business wisely, and work with African partners who can furtherly educate you on the country and help you grow as you will grow your business in the country too. Keep in mind that connections will open doors to exposure via referencing, because that's what African partners like to do. They like to give out reference, and that will open more doors to opportunities, which will lead into more success in your business. Thank you for listening to our PowerPoint.